Sergeant Gregory Hedrick was born in Philadelphia and raised in Camden, New Jersey, before moving to Chesapeake, Virginia for high school. Like so many other young men in America, September 11, 2001 was a day that changed the direction of his life.
I knew I was going to join the military. I was actually sitting in U.S. history class when the towers fell. My U.S. history teacher, he goes, "You are watching history in the making." I knew at that point. I actually joined when I was a junior in high school. I signed my contract before I was even out of high school.
At 18 years old, Greg arrived at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, to be trained as an infantryman in the National Guard. He was deployed to Iraq twice, near the Kuwaiti border, and a second time to serve as base security near Baghdad. Returning from his second deployment in 2010, he decided to leave the National Guard and become a full-time active-duty soldier in the U.S. Army. Greg received orders for a third deployment, this time to Kandahar Province, Afghanistan.
And that's when the fun started. The objectives of the mission was to disrupt enemy activity, and trust me, we succeeded. I wasn't there a couple months before I was hit. RPG came right through the truck, killing one and injuring 3. I remember being taken out of the truck. I remember the helo ride to the Kandahar Hospital. And after I got to Kandahar Hospital, I don't remember nothing before waking up in Bethesda, Maryland.
Greg had been taken to Walter Reed National Military Medical Center, where his wife and 3 sons were waiting for him. He had lost his left leg above the knee, most of his left hand, and suffered a traumatic brain injury. Greg would undergo over 2 years of treatment and rehabilitation, drawing inspiration to persevere from his family.
Oh, it was tough. Hand was the most difficult part. Trying to use my hand again. Walking came fairly quick, but I used to be a below-the-knee amputee until they finally figured out that my knee didn't work, so they amputated my knee as well. I chose not to give up hope. There's times where I wanted to, but I chose not to. Anything and everything I do is always with the family. Just knowing that I have to get better to give them a good life, let their father be around. Despite
Greg's indomitable spirit, living with his injuries proved to be a daily challenge.
Life in a wheelchair, it's hard. You gotta have the turning space to maneuver around the house. Prosthetic makes it easier, but no, you're only supposed to wear it for so long. I'm well above my limits. Develop bruising, blisters, ingrown hairs, and that's what makes it painful. Can't use my wheelchair. And when I do have blisters or in pain, I can't use that stuff. Tight hallways, doorways, tight bathrooms. It's difficult to shower in there. Just not enough space for what I need. I didn't know what I was gonna do. The only houses I ever knew were just normal houses.
I knew the Gary Sinise Foundation could help Greg and his family with a custom-built, specially adapted smart home that would better suit his unique needs.
Gary called me, and first I didn't realize who it was. And he goes, this is Gary Sinise Foundation. I was like, oh. And he told me about the good news about being accepted to the program and that they were going to build the house for me. It took a little while to sink in, but once it sunk in, then the excitement began.
With the support of independent community donations, the Gary Sinise Foundation began construction on Greg's specially adapted smart home in Currituck, North Carolina.
Y'all have outdone yourselves. It's amazing in here. The layout of the house makes the ability to do everything for myself. I can get around in my wheelchair. The hallways, the floors, a fully accessible kitchen. The bedroom and bathroom, definitely. It's like the perfect height. Now I can get anywhere and everywhere. The kids, they're definitely gonna lose their mind.
Whoa.
This will be the first time they ever actually all have their own bedroom.
This is gorgeous.
When I take my leg off, I'm not just stuck sitting on the couch now. Now I can have a place called home.
Greg and his family are eager to start a new chapter in their lives, creating memories of happiness and love in their new home. At the Gary Sinise Foundation, we serve our nation by honoring our defenders, first responders, their families, and those in need. To learn more about the Gary Sinise Foundation and how you can support other veterans like Greg Hedrick, visit GarySiniseFoundation.org.